Good morning, everybody. This is Vincent with Listings to Leads. How are you? I see you've got a lot of people on the call today. Hey, David, how are you? Good to see you. And Kimberly, wow. Okay, we got a lot of brokers on the call. I'm glad you're finally jumping in. So there's a lot of great, exciting stuff here. If you're new to us, everybody, let me know. In the chat panel, there's kind of a comments panel there. This is our onboarding call, so it's definitely a good time to get a refresher. And for all of our new clients, if you're new to us, let me know how long you've been with us and how you found us. So let's talk a little bit about listings to leads before we dive in. We've been here for 16 years. We're designed to help agents advertise, market, find more listings, find more buyers, right? Now on the left-hand side, you see a lot of ways of how we do that, right? Easy Facebook ads is super important. We have landing pages, PDF guides. We have a lot of lead capture built around your listings. We create single property websites and virtual tours. We even create agent websites. And I say that because I just launched an office where they were kind of a boutique shop, right? They're not with a big franchise. And they really did not have good websites. And we actually give you a website, which we don't talk about too often. It's called the agent listing website. And it's great. And they're all excited because now they have a really good looking, fresh website. It's got a lot of lead capture, got their listings and reviews. So there's all kinds of stuff like that. We also do free social media content. And, you know, it's funny. Obviously, I talk to realtors every day. A good portion understand the value of social media. And there's still plenty that just don't like it at all. And I understand that, you know, it's still kind of different culturally, but it is where a lot of Americans spend time, right? Be a section that will you just set and forget, and I'll show you where that is in a minute. We have just things, all right, nearby homeowner letter, just sold postcards, door hangers, and yeah, there's just a lot in the system. On the right hand side, you'll see that we have tools to help you convert, and those are email drip campaigns, but also our AI text follow-up it's awesome, frankly. It's an added cost, and if you are an agent who is thinking of running Facebook ads, you want to use our Facebook software, because every lead comes in with name, email, and phone number. And AI text follow-up immediately reaches out and starts a conversation with those leads. And it's converting between 12 and 14% of our leads right now. Okay. And that's great, because I don't know what experience you've had with Facebook, but a lot of agents have run ads. Some of you have captured leads, and many have called those leads and are disappointed because the answer that they give you is typically, I don't know what you're talking about. And that's not because they're not interested. It's that they don't know you and they don't want to talk to you, right? Because they don't know you, and you know there's scams every way you look now, you know, in your text, on your phone calls, in your email, in your messenger on Facebook. There are scams everywhere, okay? So don't be disappointed when they don't want to talk to you, because they don't know who you are. When you're capturing leads with phone numbers, start by texting them simple questions, okay? So anyway, that's kind of getting into lead conversion. And let's see, what did I click on here? I clicked on something on my mouse, and now my mouse seems like it's broken. That's awesome. So let me close that. When you get into listings to leads, there's a lot to the system. If you're new to us, that can be, the video is buffering. Is it just me? I just rebooted. We should sort of be okay. Let me know if everybody's what first time I've used it. Oh wow, Randa has been here for 5 years. Candace is less than 24 hours, so welcome. So once you've gone through the setup, you'll always be dropped on the dashboard, and you can see here that there's a tab that generates buyer leads and there's a tab that generates seller leads. And we have listing marketing, ad software, PDF guides, social content, landing pages, media library, and client review. Okay. So we kind of do all these things here. Now, I want to tell you, you can, this, if you're new to us, you can get lost in the weeds. So the point of this call is to show you how to set up your account automatically and to tell you the top things that are making money for agents, for our clients across the country right now, and kind of every day of the week. Okay. So if you want to get some return quickly, you want to be paying attention to this call. Okay. Now, up here on top, it says marketing calendar. And there are some important things here. The resource tab. We have down here live training 5 days a week. We're on a live class, right? And up here, we have our YouTube channel. And every call that we do is recorded and it will be here. So let's give it a second to do that. Let me ask, is everybody having, are we seeing this? Is this okay? I am seeing some things that it's buffering. So this is our YouTube channel. And I definitely recommend that people get on this videos page, which is right here under this, because we record every call. And there is a lot here that is going to help you. And I'll point out two things on this page. This call here with JJ Newman, both of them say expireds. They're about expireds. And this one right here with John Summers. Okay. So before we get started, there are three things I want you to understand before you disappear. Our Facebook ads, our expired marketing, and our open house marketing are the winners right now. And open house marketing and expireds are right now the #1 way our clients are getting listings. Okay. So if you want more listings, you want to go here, find our open house class, and watch these two calls here on expireds. Okay. If you want to email me, I have all of that in email. I'm at Vince@ListingsToLeads. But this is all right here. Let me just copy this and send it to everybody on the call right now. And Abby, Matthew, team, welcome. I see people are still coming in. So let me repeat what I said, right? Facebook ads, open house marketing, expireds. You got to get on that. Okay. Now, another great resource is our mastermind group. It's on Facebook. And if you are a client, you can be part of this group. There will be a button down here that says join. So let me send this to you right now. If you're not in our mastermind group, you want to get in it. And for the past 2 months, there is a lot of energy going on about expired marketing. It's because so many clients are getting listings everywhere, all over the United States. Okay. I actually was just communicating with a client in Canada, and they have different laws in Canada about how to reach expired. So she's trying to unwrap that and figure out how to leverage this to reach out there. Right. But the expired marketing in the US, we launched this print thing going on about 2 months ago, and it's been going gangbusters. Prior to that, we have had our listing presentation, and our listing presentation has been winning canceled, FSBOs, and also just straight listing presentation. So we have a lot of ways to capture listing leads. And then that using the listing presentation is the way to kind of get in there. Now, I want to point this out. This page right here in the mastermind group, we are, I guess maybe this is the recording. I'm not quite sure. But you can join we are holding 2 classes every day, 5 days a week, for the expireds, right? Just to get agents in it, have the tools ready, know how to reach the market, and go get some listings. So definitely join us. You can find ways to join right up here. Okay, that huddle, you can actually sign up here. You can order everything you need right over here on this panel. So if you want more listings, and this is not like a short-term thing, if you want more listings now, and if you want them in the spring, and if you want them next year, and for the remainder of being in real estate, you need to figure out how you're going to get this expired system into your business, because it's just working. It's awesome. All right. So the last thing I want to point out, and this is actually kind of related to that. This is our listing presentation. Okay. Now this is a unique one, meaning it's designed for one homeowner, right? So if you have a listing presentation to go to, or you're reaching out to a FSBO or an expired, or even a canceled, you can create this listing presentation inside of your account. Okay. And this is the online flipbook version, like a magazine, right? It goes through a lot of what we do. So if you're new to us, we have paid advertising on Facebook and Instagram. We have social media marketing, right? We actually do that automatically. We post it to all your socials. We create a virtual tour and put it on YouTube. Now, when you're going through this, you don't need to read every word of here, but it is all related to that particular technology. So it's definitely worth knowing to be able to give some depth through the presentation. Print marketing, nearby homeowner letters. We're doing all this for you automatically. This presentation is not talking about listings to leads. It's your picture, your contact info, and your logo there. Email marketing, sphere of influence marketing. This is all part of listings to leads. Yes, we create a virtual tour and single property website for every listing. But when you get to this page, you want to take a breath and you want to stop and you want to say, hey, homeowner, while we're here at the kitchen table, why don't you take out your smartphone, take a picture of that QR code, okay? And when you do that, and you guys are welcome to do that while I'm talking, that is going to pull up that home, okay? So that's a picture of the person's home, and it's going to be on a mobile optimized website. This page right here is pretty much closing the deal for a lot of realtors. This page right here, okay? So, and then it goes on and it talks about we do just listed and coming soon and open house, all the kind of marketing stuff. At the end, there is a page where people note a couple of things, okay? Like I said, this is a unique listing presentation for one home. You actually have a generic one inside of your account already. It's on the listings page, okay? So before we kind of dive into the nuts and bolts of the listing presentation, of running a Facebook ad, and some of a little bit deeper on open house and the expireds, let's talk about how you set up your account. And right now, are there any questions? I see a lot of people on the call and questions about what I've talked about so far. And go ahead and throw those in. Let's talk about what happens when you sign up, okay? And for some of you, like I think David's on here and you've got agents. So if you're adding agents, this is what happens, right? So if you log in on our system, you go to our website, it's $95 a month per agent, right? That's if you sign up as a single agent. It's discounted if you have team accounts. If you have a brokerage, it's discounted. And if you want that kind of account, I'm going to send you my email address right now, vince@listingstoleads.com, and you just reach out to me and say, hey, I need a team account. So when you're dropped here, you got to put in your photograph, right? And if you need any of these fields filled out because your MLS or local requirements require that, fill it out. Otherwise, skip it. And then put in your logo. And we've got, the branding palettes for many of the country's bigger franchises. If you need any of this, fill it out. You can also, if you're from a boutique, you can add your own color scheme, right? Norma, email me and tell me how many agents you have, and I will let you know how many, what the discount is. The discount gets bigger with the bigger your office is, okay? Your team is. Now, here's where it gets important. So when you're signing up, do this on the computer that has all your IDs and passwords saved. And the one that kind of confuses people is Facebook. When you click connect to Facebook, it takes you to Facebook and it says, yes, continue as you with your name. And agents many times stop and go, no, I don't want to market on my personal. I want to be on my business page. But your business page is connected to your personal. So you have to connect on your personal. And then maybe it shows you your business page and you say, yeah, that page, right? Then you connect to Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Google Business. If you don't have Google Business, it's time to start getting that going. And also YouTube. And you may not know this, but if you use Gmail, you actually have a YouTube channel waiting for you, whether you set it up or not. So I would recommend you click through your Gmail and you go over there and you set up YouTube, because when we create virtual tours, we will upload it automatically to your YouTube channel. And since that's the #2 website in the country, it's really going to help you in a listing presentation, right? So all of this is free. This all happens automatically. Sometimes clients actually capture leads from this, but many of you don't have big followings, so it doesn't do much, but it just takes some of the work off of your plate. We auto post your listings at every status, just listed, open house, pending, or sold. They're going to go up. They're always going to have landing pages. So that's just, set and forget. Now, the next page is probably one of the most important pages, and that is, again, connect to Facebook so we can connect your ad account. Okay. And that's it. You click through, kind of says this is you, and then boom. Now, when you're running an ad, it's sponsored by your page. You'll see your little page, and I'll show you later. And it's charging your credit card on your Facebook account. Okay. Now, here's where a lot of agents kind of lose it, because we say connect to socials. And you might think, I just connected to socials, right? So I don't need to do this. But you do need to do this, and this is very important. You connect to Facebook, you connect to Instagram, Twitter, and or whatever, X, and Google, okay? Now, I can tell you from a lot of feedback, our clients' Instagram accounts are growing from the content. If our clients have Google Business and connected, the constant refresh of content is being added to the SEO of our client's business page. So your business page on Google will migrate to page 1 on any local real estate search. Okay, so you got to connect there. And then you go through here and you pick some of these. You notice how this one's highlighted and this one's not. Well, that's because this one's dozens of articles under each section. You pick the ones you want. Down below, the next section is like inspirational quotes or success quotes, right? Outdoor living stuff, landscaping, gardens. Pick the ones that you like. And then down here, have Saturday and Sunday, and pick a few days during the week. And that just tells us throughout the year to start posting content there. And as I said, it's taking Google Business to page 1, and it's growing Instagram accounts. All right. That's just how it is. It's colorful. It's light. It's written for social media. It's not big, heavy industry reads of, mortgage and this and no, it's pretty simple. Then you make sure that the email that is in your MLS is right here, and that allows us to auto sweep. Okay, so 2 pages back, we just connected your socials to auto post. So what's going to happen from here is we're able to sweep your listings in automatically, put your logo and headshot on, and auto post them to your socials. Real easy, right? It's actually very fast to go through this. Now, if you have a CRM, we got a lot of APIs from the top CRMs right here. If your CRM is not here, you can maybe use a forwarding email, maybe your CRM one, or you can use our drip campaigns. And I can tell you, a lot of agents, maybe they are paying for a CRM, right? Some of the best ones, I talk to agents all the time. They pay for them. They're so complicated. They don't know how to even set it up. You might want to just turn on our drip campaigns, because our drip campaigns have a high open rate. And they are also closing appointments for clients. And that's really the point of any drip campaign, is to get those people to interact with you. We embed a lot of our landing pages and PDF guides. So there's a high value, very simple drip campaigns. I highly recommend them. Now here you import your reviews from Zillow and Google and Testimonial Tree. And I think you're all done at this point. I think it asks a couple questions. Yeah. So that's it. You're kind of good to go. You are set now. Okay. So now that we're all set, let's kind of remind ourselves, what are the big things we want to take away from this call? We want to know how to run Facebook ads. We want to know about open house marketing and expired marketing for more listings, and then just the listing presentation, right? Like, look, those are the things. Can you do both L to L drip campaign and your CRM? Yes, Mita. Yes. Mita, when you sign up, that is a setup wizard. Okay. And I've been on this for a long time, but your account setup will be over here on the right. So if you miss the wizard, then you can kind of do it here. And then John is asking, is there an online tutorial to set up Facebook and or LinkedIn? If you email me, and I gave everybody my email earlier, ask me for the Facebook. I have a 5-minute video on how to set that up, and you definitely need a Facebook page. I don't even know if I'd mess with LinkedIn, but I think you can just go there and create a LinkedIn. The thing is, why I say that, I don't see a lot of lead capture happening from LinkedIn, but because clients have those accounts and they want content to go out there and keep it fresh, that's why we have it. Okay, so what we got to talk about ads. We got to talk about open houses, expireds, and the listing presentation, right? So first of all, let's talk about the dashboard, right? We set everything up. We went through the wizard. We come here, it says all leads. And then you can ask yourself, do I need buyer leads or do I need seller leads? And let's just kind of go here and talk a little bit about this. So when you click on generate seller leads, all the tools that help you get seller leads are kind of here, right? And that would be running ads on Facebook or Google, right? That would get you seller leads. That would be marketing landing pages. We automatically design landing pages for you to capture seller leads. And you can market those, and you can even create more, right, to get out there. Now we have 80 PDF guides. 40 are for buyers and 40 are for sellers. Okay. So these ones are designed to capture seller leads. Short form video script. If you want to create video for social media, for TikTok, for Twitter or Instagram or wherever, we give you the scripts to kind of do that. Okay. So whether it's seller leads on this page or buyer leads on this page, it's right there, right? And also our listing presentation is right here. And this is kind of the generic one. So you can download this, you can market it over here, but it's all right here, all right? So let's talk a little bit more about the listing presentation. You can get it here. And over here on the listings page, we actually have, this is where your listings sit, right? So in the wizard, we're auto sweeping them in, right? And we'll dive in here and look at this in a moment. But up here are listing presentations. And this is a generic one that's already set up in your account. There's a print version and a flip book. So if you like somehow got a listing appointment, you just got to be there and you can't create a unique one, this one's ready for you, right? And this is generic. It's not really different. It's just got generic photographs. Okay. And you saw this in the other one, but this has different pictures, different homes, right? So you have this, you can go through this, right? It's sitting right here on listings over here, third tab, listing presentation, flip book, print version there. Okay. Lots of ways to market that if you want to get that out. I will point out here, we have agent websites right here. They are auto-generated. You can decide what tools you want, turn them off and on. And there's a ton of lead capture here, okay? So if you don't have a website, frankly, I don't think it's worth spending a lot of money on websites. There's like multiple call to actions to capture leads. Your PDF guides are here, your listings, your reviews, your listing presentations right here. They can download if they know about how to sell a home with you. Yes, but they got to answer some questions, right? So that's what this whole thing is about. That's what listings to leads is. If you're taking an action, make sure you're capturing leads. Okay, that's kind of us. So back on the listings page, you'll notice that I actually have a listing that says listing presentation. Okay, so here this is like a FSBO. This is sold. This is active, and that right there is for sale. So all the different statuses you can market. But how do you create a unique listing presentation for one particular homeowner? You go up here, you click add listing manually, because it's not really an active listing right now. And whenever you click this button, we're going to drop you on just listed, because that's usually where it is. Oh, but today it's going to listing presentation. I just did one earlier. Put in the name of the homeowner, put in a headline like beautiful home in Miami or wherever it is, put the address and beautiful home in Miami here, and add one photograph. A lot of agents even do this with Google Street View. You just need a basic photo of their home. And a lot of agents just go over to their house before the appointment and take a photo with their smartphone, and then they upload it. Okay. And once you've done that, we're going to auto generate a listing presentation. And that's kind of what we were looking at earlier. This is the generic one, right? So this is not particular to a house. But here, this one we were looking at earlier, I'll just pull it up so you understand how to get there. You click market listing, and right up here, there's a download printable version and a flipbook version. Okay. And this is for one homeowner with their house on it. Okay. This thing, it's gold. It's picking up FSBOs, cancels, and expireds, right? So I'm going to kind of pause on the listing presentation now and talk a little bit about expireds. I'm holding in my hand a pamphlet, okay? And it's really high quality. You're branded on every page, your logo, your contact info. And in the mastermind group, you will see that you can order those. And our clients are reaching out to expireds, not every expired, but the ones that they want. And they are sometimes door knocking or they're calling, right? Now, I'm going to remind you that on this YouTube channel, which I sent to everybody just maybe 15 minutes ago, this guy here, John, he's door knocking and calling people. This young lady, JJ, she's calling twice and then texting them the online version like this. And she, in 6 weeks, has 4 listings. Okay. That's why we really want all of you to understand the expired marketing and make sure it is a consistent part of your business plan if you want more listings. Okay. You can use this listing presentation with FSBOs, with expireds, and any seller lead you got. She is going through the effort of creating these listings for everyone that she's talking about. And then she takes the web address up here and she texts it to the lead, right? Here's a question from Mita. Let's go look at this. I'll let you see it. After the listing presentation, can we schedule drip email campaign that highlights what we do? Keep us top of mind. Yeah, well, I think you can do that with your own CRM, or we have our own drip campaigns. But our drip campaigns are not exactly about, they are about selling a home through you. But it doesn't kind of break this down bit by bit. So hope it helps. So anyway, that is a listing right there. And so that's kind of the short story of the expireds, right? If you want to know about expireds, you can email me. You have my email. I have a really thorough email with kind of everything on it, where to order. So there actually is a process. So this here is a print. It's printed by Mailbox Power, and we set it up. So I think it's like a $70 or $80 setup fee, where we look at it, we put it together, and we send you some proofs, and we ask you like, hey, is this good? Is this what you want? And then when you say yes, then we give you a link and say, go order 10 or 20 or 30, right? This guy here, John, is now, because he's got so many listings from it in like no time, he's putting out 10 a week, okay? 10 print a week. That's obviously some cost, but clearly he sees a return. I don't think JJ has even ordered anything in print. She's doing it all from phone calls and text. So you can hit it the way you want, right? You can call them, you can door knock them, but you want to leverage this. Okay, Chris has a good question. Let's look at this one. Hold on. Seems like a nick, but can I edit the language? Not really, no. I don't like we. Sorry, Chris. Yeah, I think in the future we will make things a little more editable, but today it's not. If you're ordering them, it will be you on the on the cover here. It'll be your contact. That's as custom as we can get. I think we want to make things editable, but not everything we can do. We're working as fast as we can here to get valuable stuff to you. So let's see, what do we got to talk about? I think that's kind of thorough. And are there any questions about expireds? I'm kind of going quickly on that, but I think you kind of get it. Let's talk about open houses. Okay, we'll talk about listing marketing, and then we'll dive in deep on open houses. And before we launch this print thing, and we launched this about 2 months ago. Okay, it's the beginning of November. We've always had these available in the electronic format, in the flipbook format, right? So our clients were going out and getting it, but it kind of became clear that the expireds were really working really well because those people want to sell their home, right? And they couldn't sell their home. So now you're approaching them with a much better way of selling homes. And that's why it's got to be part of your business. Now, this is a listing, and this is what we do for every listing. So let's kind of go through this, right? We give you the ability to run Facebook ads. We share, and I'll wait for this to come up. Right here, everything is done. You could click that button and you would start getting leads with name, email, and phone number. I'm going to click this, not because you need to click it, but just so you understand. There is a form behind the ad. It asks these questions, and then it puts this right here in front. And you see how it says full name, email, and phone number? Those are auto-populated from the profile of whoever clicked on the ad. This is why our clients love our Facebook ad software. You may know how to boost on Facebook, and you may have a bunch of ways of wasting money on Facebook. When you run an ad with our default settings, every lead comes with name, email, and phone number. Yes, we have TCPA language here. And yes, we'll point them right to whatever they want. They click on that button and get over to what they're looking for. So you don't have to click advanced options. I will say this, back on this channel, Scott does a class on how to, I think it's 8X right here, Facebook ads. There is more to learn about Facebook. And if you, every agent should be running at least one ad a week, one $50 ad every week on Facebook. You will capture leads with every ad with name, email, and phone number. But also very important is your branding, your business page is going to be seen. If you're spending $200 a month, probably 10,000 times. 8 to 10,000 times every month. Okay. Now, I don't know where you guys are in the country, but I'm pretty sure you're all competing with thousands of agents. And of course, with Zillow and Realtor.com and all those companies, right? So does anybody even know you're a realtor? Like, really, aside from a handful of your friends and family? You see this? It's sponsored by my business page. Every ad you run is sponsored by your business page. And if you're spending $200 a month on, say, 4 ads, your business page will be seen by somewhere between 8, maybe 7,500 to 10,000 times every month. This is great for your brand. And yes, every ad captures a lead. So you want to be doing that, right? Now, social media posts here, this is free. We set this up on the wizard, right? We connected our socials, boom, it goes. And it looks a lot like an ad, but it only reaches your market, or if other people are following stuff that are interesting, Now, there are really great tools for the sellers. And this one is like, we email these tools to you. They often start with something like Sally Seller. And I think that turns a lot of agents off, so they ignore it. This, however, is a very strong tool for capturing leads from your homeowner, your current clients, friends and family and colleagues. So don't ignore this. Now, here is the nearby homeowner letter. And this is the #1 tool for getting seller leads, listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So when we talk about, I mentioned that I do a class called Top Tools for More Listings. I do it every other week, okay? And I talk a lot of ways about how to capture seller leads. And those are like with ads, Facebook ads, Google ads, with this letter, right? With just sold postcards, with a number of other tools that capture leads, okay? And that's great. But when you capture a lead, you have to remember, you have to convert a lead, right? And that can be 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 years, 2 months, right? Who knows? A lot. And that's the hard part. And that's why we continue to tell you, use our open house marketing and use our expired marketing, because you're belly to belly, you're meeting people. And this letter here, I don't know if you can read it, but it says, I got an open house on Saturday. Okay. So when you have an open house, you print out 50 or 100 of these and you door knock the neighborhood to tell the local homeowners you're having an open house and come check it out. Okay. Now they can right here scan or go there and go look at the house, but they can also get their free home value because it says what, that's going to affect your home value. So they could take this piece of paper to their own computer, land on this page, and go get their free home value, right? We want our clients to get more listings, right? I think they're going to be happy if they have that. And that's what this has been our number one tool, this piece of paper for years. Now, I'm going to take us to the mastermind group, but I'm going to give you just a quick snapshot of how one of our clients gets a lot of value from this. This lady, I think, has been a client of ours for at least 14 years. Okay. And she comes in here all the time and says, oh, I mailed this out and I got more listings, and all the time. Right. And if you look for her name, Pat Motley, you will see for years she has been posting in here. And this is what she does now. She prints out 100 just listed. And then when she sells it, another just sold. This one's sold. So this has some data that she pulled in from our platform. But she prints on the back. She flips it over and she prints on the back with Microsoft Publisher. That little stamp there, that looks like a hand stamp, but actually it was done by her computer. And she hand writes these. Okay. Now I'm going to show you that you can mail these in 2 clicks. You don't have to handwrite anything. But why would she do that if we allow you to do it in 2 clicks? Well, that's because the first 4 got 4 owners calling her. They didn't even want to go to the website. They're like, we get it. We want to talk to you. This batch, which is sold, got her another 4 listings. Okay. So this is 1 home and 200 pieces of mail that picked up 8 listings for Pat. This has been our top tool for many years because people have to open it. They got to read it, decide I do need my home value, and go type that in, give you your address and email address to do that, right? To get that answer. Not many people are going to do that. You know who's going to do that? People who are seriously thinking about that. So that is auto-generated for every property in your account. This one is an open house one. So if you want to get listings from your open house, you print up 50 or 100 of these and you walk it around the neighborhood. Okay. So don't forget about that. Right now, we do create postcards. I think postcards are great for like just sold, right? Open house, it's too fast. E-flyer for your database. If you're an agent with a CRM with hundreds or thousands of leads, this is the open house. That link and that picture will take them to a landing page to become a buyer lead. And every e-flyer will always say that affects your home value and go here or here to go get your free home value, right? That's even a free home value, and that's your views. There's just all kinds of like lead capture here. Click this button, copy it. That's the HTML code. That's the HTML code with your signature. And that's the HTML code for follow-up boss. Okay, they have a kind of a unique deal there. You should be taking one of our emails, whether it's your listing or an email from one of the PDF guides or an email from one of the landing pages, and blasting your leads once a week, because our emails capture leads. Your automated emails from your CRM are nice branding exercises. They really give plenty of things to read to people. And they say, hey, call me. Here's my phone number, call me. Our emails give people information that they can get for free as long as they give you their contact information. So you want to be using that, right? Database call strips. Yes, we create single property websites and virtual tours. And here's the open house sign-in form. We're talking about an open house open house. This, if you have a laptop with Wi-Fi or something like that, open this up. When people walk through your open house, say, hey, we really love your feedback. Would you answer the couple questions? Give us your email. We're going to send you a mobile optimized website so you can check out the home later. Candace has a question. Can I get those letters printed for a property we just sold a week ago? Yes, you can. You have to, and definitely that's something I highly recommend. So let's go in and talk about that. So marketing the home, we'll finish this. Marketing the open house, you can blog, you can put on Craigslist stuff, but really what you need to be thinking of is running a Facebook ad, sharing the seller social media tool for the open house, getting the nearby homeowner letter out, and using the open house sign-in form. Okay, that's what you do with an open house. We're going to come back and finish this. What else you got to do? Scott does a full call on open house marketing, so you can always see that. And if you email me, I have an awesome video from one of our broker clients, super thorough. And you should all, open house marketing. It's funny because, I talk to agents every day, and there's plenty of agents say, oh, I don't even waste my time with open houses. And I know why that is. It's because if you put an open house in the MLS and wait for things to happen, that could be a massive waste of time. If you are using our system, which is way more proactive, way more dynamic, and designed to market and advertise you and your skill set, and now you're going to let nearby homeowners in, you're going to pick up more listings. That's the whole point of doing this, okay? So Candace had a great question, and I want to address it. And this is for anybody that's sold a property, and if you're new or you wasn't in here, manually add the listing right here and change the status to sold, right? Just sold listing agent. And you can even do this just sold buyer's agent. A lot of agents like to market, because what if you helped somebody buy a home in a neighborhood, in a city where you want listing? Well, it's sold, right? So you obviously got to pay attention to local rules, but you say, beautiful home in Miami, whatever. Put the address. You can put this data in here. You can put that there. Add a few photos. And then all those tools I was showing you, Candace, are all generated. You could do the postcards, or you could do the nearby homeowner letter, or you could do both, okay? Now, I do want to say this because Candace asked a question about sold properties. And I had mentioned that getting the nearby homeowner letter out, I showed you that really hefty way that Pat does it, right? By hand printing and handwriting. There's a reason for that. Why, right? But here, you'll notice that we have a company built in called Express Copy. And if you have an account with them, you will have this button. And you can say print and mail. So let's do that. What does that do? If I click Get Mailing List, you can say, hey, I want Express Copy to download this letter and mail it to single-family homeowners that have owned their homes for more than 6 years, okay? So, by the way, Candace, this could be awesome for you because they will download, you can send a postcard to the nearby homeowners. You decide the radius, but it's always going to be people that owned a home for 6 years. I would highlight, so the nearby homeowner letter is great because it's simple, right? Postcards can be effective, but for me, postcards don't even get in my house. But some people will look at it and it'll be like, hey, this sold, go here, go find out about it, which, we're going to capture seller lead. You took it, turn it over. It says that affects your home value. Go here to get your free home value. So the postcard could work well. You might want to test both or use both, right? They'll send out the nearby homeowner. They'll do it for you. There is one thing I don't like about this, and that is the letter, right? The letter looks like bulk mail. It's just like a computer printout, right? We do know that there are other companies out there like this one, Z Air Mail. Our clients have been talking about this because they have a really awesome handwritten font and you're trying to get it opened. Okay. Another thing that our clients do is they get the letter and they go buy like really brightly colored envelopes. You can get them on Amazon, you can get them all over the place, right? You just don't want it to look like bulk mail. Okay. I think even just, lemon yellow and green, these just bright colors that slows a person down. I better look at this. This is not junk mail, right? That's because you can see from this letter, it's not a heavy read. It's real quick, right? So that's the story there. And yes, that's what you do when you have sold. You just enter it in manually. Okay, so what have we talked about? Oh, we want to finish our open house story because we're going to use a nearby homeowner letter to get the neighbors in, right? The Facebook ad's going to get the buyers in. Okay, so remember I was talking about PDF guides and I said that you each have 80. So pick 6 of your favorite ones. Okay. And click on marketing tools and download the print flyer. There's a number of print flyers already done. And I think I did this just a few minutes ago. So let me see if I got, yeah, I actually have this. So we'll give it a second. Hold on, print flyer. So there's different designs and I have one open. So let's just open this up. Now, the point of this, I mentioned there are 80 different calls, right? There are 80 different PDF guides. Pick 6 different ones and then go over to Office Depot or somewhere and get those tabletop stands where you can put a piece of paper in and put it on a table and put one in the laundry room, put a different one in a bedroom, put a different one in the office, right? So as people are walking through the house, they're seeing you throughout the house. They can scan right there and download that. They just got to give you their contact information. Okay. So it's really reminding people of who you are. And there's another really cool tool that our clients are starting to get their arms around. And it's under here, the media library. Okay. When you go here, there is a tab that's our default tab, media library. And you want to open up this one here. Here, we'll give it a second to bake. Which says 100 plus marketing plan. There are a couple, but you want the one that is long. Feels like things are lagging here. Sorry. So there's a bunch of stuff here. And what you want is this one here, the long version. So let's click on it, see what happens. Now, what I really want all of you to do, because 1, I want you to get excited marketing into your business. 2, I want you to get open house marketing in your business. Not for the fun for us, it's because it's going to get you more business. Okay. Now, I've been talking about our listing presentation. This is the video commercial format of that listing presentation. Okay. So the listing presentation I've been showing you in print and that you can send out in Flipbook. Here it is in an online commercial. So you need to download this, upload it to your own YouTube channel. It is already on the internet because it's on our YouTube channel. So at least go home, get your smart TV remote, open up your YouTube app and run this on your own TV so that you know how to do that, right? It's not difficult, but if you don't do that too much, it might be a little bit tricky. Then when you get to an open house, if it's furnished, you say, hey, can I get your remote? I want to kind of put something on the TV, right? Run this 5-minute video and keep repeating it. It's telling people, this is what I do when I sell your home. So remember that you handed out 100 nearby homeowner letters. So you've got homeowners in there. They're seeing you branded throughout the house with PDF guide flyers. And they're seeing this commercial that's telling them, this is how I sell homes. This is starting conversations for our clients all over the place. Okay. So that's the story, right? That's kind of the story for open house marketing. Scott does a bigger class. I think it's once every 2 weeks. That out. So what have we talked about? We've talked about how to set up your account. We've talked about listing marketing, expireds. Let's go talk and open houses. Let's talk about ads. Okay. And don't forget, I've said that you need to run you should be running probably 2 ads every week, but you should at least be running 1 ad every week. Okay. And if you go up here, you can see that you can run listing ads. You can run a listing ad on a home that's sold. You'd get seller leads. You can run an ad on a home that's open house. You'd get buyer leads. You'd run an ad on something for sale. You're going to get buyer leads, right? Running ads on listings gets you the cheapest leads. Any videos for helping home buyers? I don't think so. Sorry, Mita. I don't think we have that kind of built. I mean, we have a lot of videos for you to understand how to help home buyers, but not for home buyers just to get out to the market like that. Yeah. But what you might want to do is there are 40 PDF guides for home buyers, Mita. Okay. And if you go to any of them, we'll go right now and we'll go to home buyers. If you go to the marketing tools for any of those buyer guides, and there are 40, and you're branded on every page, right? You can click marketing tools and you will see short form video scripts. Do you know what this means? It means download it, read it a few times, and make your own video, Mita, and put it on YouTube, put it on social media, put it on YouTube so that you can keep sending that link out every time you get a lead, every time you get a buyer lead, right? There's if you're making phone calls, we give you the phone call data script, right? So, but there isn't like a big generic, hey, this is how we help people buy, because that's kind of just different. We haven't really gotten there. So we were talking about running ads. I want to point out that you can run ads on PDF guides as well, right? I showed you can run ads on sold, on active, and open house. You've got 80 PDF guides. You can run ads with these too. And I want to point out that the cost of these leads is usually more expensive than running it on a listing. Running listing ads gets you the cheapest leads. And it actually gets you more leads than when you're running a PDF guide. Now, there are also landing pages, right? Free home values. I actually have a free home value. Let me show you this. Walnut Creek is a town right next to me, right? It's like literally minutes away, okay? And a lot of agents don't go through what I'm about to show you, right? I created a landing page for Walnut Creek, and I put in a picture of the fountain in the middle of the mall. It's an outdoor mall, right? Everywhere, like 6 million people hit this mall every year. Very popular. If you live here, you know this place. You would think, okay, I created a custom page and I am going to go and target Walnut Creek. But here is the problem with that. Now, I don't know where you guys live, so this may not be relevant for you, but you see this minimum 15-mile radius, you cannot target. You can't target people inside Walnut Creek. And you probably don't know this, but Walnut Creek's a great town. It's got about 33,000 people. But it's in the middle of what we call the East Bay. And that's the SF San Francisco area, okay? So the problem is when I run an ad designed for Walnut Creek homeowners with a 15-mile radius where I live, this ad is actually reaching San Francisco. And in this area on this map right here, it's definitely hitting all this. There's more than 1 million people that are going to see my ad that don't live in this little town here in the center of Walnut Creek, right? So I don't know where you live, what your area looks like, but that's what I live in. So that I'm pointing it out, not because I can answer the question fully, but you can turn that off and say, I want to target my custom audience. And you can create a custom audience in Facebook. You would have to go buy that. So you need to watch my top tools for more listings class. Scott may talk about it in his Facebook class. You only need to do that with this kind of landing page. If you're running a sold ad, like this home sold in Walnut Creek, you don't have to worry about any of this. You could just do 15-mile radius. Boom, you're getting seller leads cheap. Also, you can run ads on Google, and running ads on Google, you want to concentrate on seller leads. Do not use Google for getting buyer leads. Facebook all day long, buyer leads, right? For Google, you want to use those PDF guides. You want to use a Walnut Creek landing page or landing pages because those are high quality leads from Google, okay? The problem is they're also high cost. Google is the #1 website in the country, okay? And currently 86% of all searches begin right here. So if I'm going to type in, how do I sell my home? What does it cost to sell my home? Blah, blah, blah. Our software is designed to make that easy for you and show up. And so when people want to download something, they got to give you information, okay? If you're a serious listing agent, you probably already know about Google, and we make it incredibly easy. So I think that's the end of my story, guys. Do you have any questions about what we've been talking about, or do you have any other questions? I want to remind you that our YouTube channel is awesome. I do have an email for expireds, but it's going to tell you to go here, and the expireds is actually in the mastermind group. So you can pick that up there. I have a great email, and if you look up on our YouTube channel the name Brian, you will see a call with Brian Mathieson from LPT. He's a broker. Do a call for open house marketing, and that thing is awesome. That's just awesome. And here's Brian again 6 months ago, showing his agents how he runs a sold ad and picks up $800, $800,000 in volume from one lead. So there's a lot in the system. Let's see. Any suggestion for the nearby homeowner letter when we don't have a listing in the neighborhood we want to target? Yes, Rosanna. Go to there's a couple ways to do it. Go to listings and maybe go talk to a colleague or somebody in your office and say, hey, you know what? I really want to market this city. I see you have a listing. Can I pull that in my account and market that, right? That's the first thing, right? Rosanna, what's the name of the city or neighborhood you're talking about? So the first thing is get a listing in that area. And a lot of clients do that because they want to work certain farm markets, but they don't have, it might be an area where you live, but you don't have your own listings there, but other agents do. You want to borrow those, pull them in really to dominate that area. That's what you do. You can also go to landing page. So Newton, Massachusetts, Newton. Okay. Another thing you can do is you can create a unique landing page. Go to landing pages, click create landing page, and create property valuation plus. That's an instant home value. Maybe you want an expired listing, or maybe you want a FSBO landing page to reach out to FSBOs. You may not have many of those there, right? But property valuation plus gets an instant home value. I won't create one. You just type in the name of the town and click create. I have one right here for San Antonio, okay? And when I click, you create it, you put in a picture of San Antonio or Newton, right? But then you're going to have letters, circle prospecting letters, okay? And that letter is going to point people to that landing page. So this looks a lot like the nearby homeowner letter, but it's just talking about general stats, right? Let's look at it real quick and we'll see what I'm talking about. So this is another way to go, Rosanna. I think borrowing listings and getting the nearby homeowner letter out, but this, you can say, hey, October sales are in Newman, and you could type those in. You could just go to your MLS and say, hey, 30 homes sold last month. The high is here. That affects your home value. Go get your free home value, right? This landing page here has a bunch of stuff all about you. So this is a good letter as well. And another client of ours, and actually he's a broker client from San Antonio. Yeah, this is San Antonio. This is a Riverwalk in San Antonio. He gets the door hanger and he goes over to Vistaprint and prints them up in batches of 1,000. And then he hands them to his agents and says, hey, take this, here's 100, go walk those streets over there. Okay. This is branded to you. It's got the picture you put in there. There's going to be a big hole to hang on the doorknob there, right? And you can tell who's walking in the neighborhoods and who's not, because it's very easy for people to open the door, take this and scan that and go get their free home value. You might want to do that, Rosanna. right? For that neighborhood that you're talking about. And let me ask, that neighborhood, are you, well, how big is that? How many people do you think are there in that neighborhood? And I'm going to show you everybody something because you're here and we've been talking 60 minutes. You can create a custom audience right here. This audience will live in your own private Facebook ad manager. And you will be able to run ads like to Walnut Creek. If I created a landing page for Walnut Creek, and you know, if I use the default settings, it's going to hit 1 million people that don't live in Walnut Creek. Well, that's not good for me. So how do I work around that? You go to, like, I don't know, List Source or RedX or Remine, and hopefully this is going to work for me. And you create a custom audience. And for some reason, I feel like my browser is being a jerk. Hopefully this will open up. But you basically are uploading a spreadsheet of homeowners that you have bought from another company. And you click, maybe we got to let that thing do its thing. Yeah, let's click here. There we go. And you call it whatever you want. Walnut Creek homeowners, right? Newton homeowners. Yeah, there's 90,000 people. So you want to go buy a list of homeowners. You can get it from redx.com, remine.com, listsource.com, or archagent.com. And it's got to look just like this. You upload it, you import it. It doesn't live in listings to leads. It lives in your Facebook account. So when you run the ad and you target a custom audience, you are hitting those homeowners because that's what you paid for. I would highly recommend that, Rosanna. I recommend that to anybody trying to develop a farm market if they want to run home value ads. Like, I have multiple property valuation pages, right? And most of you, like, if you're talking about Newton, you're in Massachusetts, there's probably 4 or 5 other towns you might like to build out, right? You could create, I have one here for Boston. I have one here for Walnut Creek. I have one here for Myrtle Beach, right? You all have multiple farm markets. Create a property valuation plus page. Get the door hangers. Get the home sold report, which is that big piece of paper, and run ads with custom audiences. You will get seller leads from all that, right? Okay, everybody. First of all, thanks so much. This call is going to be on our YouTube channel later today. You have my email. It's also all over. Well, it's on our website. I'm Vince at Listings to Leads. If you need a team account, or if you're stuck or you're new and you want to do a walkthrough, you can reach out to me. I'm somewhere on here. I think I'm under the office pages. If you want an office account, and somebody was asking about that, my contact information is somewhere here. Vince at Listings to Leads. My phone number's here as well. I'm not sure what's going on with the internet. Any other questions? Thank you, David. I'm glad you're still here. And David, if we need to do a call for your agents, let me know. Carolyn, yeah, what's up? What's up with our site here? I'll put my email here. I have a great email on expireds. I have a great email on open house marketing, and I send it to pretty much everything that I was doing. Yeah, David. Yeah, for sure. I mean, your agents all have to get on the expired deal, David, right? Like listings to leads.com. You're welcome, Alex. I hope this is helping you. You need a team account. There's my email. But my information, I think, is here on this page here. Yeah, right there. My phone number's there as well. Let us know how we can help you. We have a great support team, guys. We have a great support team right down here. Put your question in this box. The whole team watches it, and let them know, like, what your problem is. Boom, they're like, bam, super fast. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week. Here's a pro tip, for those of you still here. Facebook lead ads, Facebook lead costs. There is a price for that, right? That Facebook sets. And we're in November. And right around Thanksgiving, a lot of realtors eat a bunch of turkey and mashed potatoes, and they take a nap until spring. And what that does is that drops the competition on Facebook and your lead cost drops. I've seen it drop 50%. I've even seen a year where lead costs drop 90%, meaning you would get leads from Facebook for 10 cents on the dollar. Please don't take that break. Leverage our Facebook ad software and get in it and build your database. Hey, any chance you can call me? Yeah, Frank, no. Get me, you got my email. Just send me a message. We'll book a call. What if you have two MLSs? No, you don't need two accounts, Tanya. Tanya, do you need to be branded two different ways for two MLSs? They're the same brand. You can email me, Tanya, and I can help you get those two MLSs connected. Yeah, no, Kadisha, we totally know that. We see that every winter. That agents just take a break and the lead cost drops dramatically. So, build up your database for next year, right? Even if you want to concentrate on sellers, like run home sold ads, right? Thanks, Tanya. Yeah, we'll get you going. And Frank, my email is vince@listings2leads, just like I was showing everybody. Feel free. You can even call me, but I'm going to be kind of responding right now. And this whole deal is live. It's recorded. It's going to be on YouTube today. Don't forget, get in our mastermind group. If you're a client, get in here, get on these 2 pages to get your expired marketing going, because you want to be using this now and throughout next year. This is the top way of getting more listings right now. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Hope this helps. Get in the mastermind group. Take care. Let me know if you have questions. Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.